And since 2007, when Bulgaria became a member of the EU, logically the EU citizens vote in Bulgaria. But it means that there is something like discrimination between foreigners being from the EU countries and other foreigners, because we are the first EU state nowadays which welcomes the wave of migrants from the Middle East countries and from the Middle East conflicts. So the migrants coming to Bulgaria after applying for a status in Bulgaria may have humanitarian status. It means a residence for 3 years, or a refugee status, which means 5 years residence. It's a problem, I think, that we contacted the chairman of the state agency for refugees in Bulgaria, which is the institution dealing with migrants, and we asked him which are the criteria for giving some of them refugee status and some others a humanitarian one, because we had I mean the volunteers working in favor of the migrants. We had such causes within one family. One of the parents had humanitarian status and the other refugee. And the chairman of the state's agency gave not any answer to us. I should add that the 5 years residence is needed for to have the right to vote according to the new Bulgarian law. That's why it is important which one has the refugee status. But the real problem is that the Bulgarian society has a very strong fear for refugees. And I would say for foreigners. Bulgarian citizens who are not so active by Bulgarian elections are very active and are ready to fight against the right of foreigners to vote in Bulgaria. Bulgarian citizens don't agree to have their children, even in the kindergarten, with the refugee children. It's terrible. We had some refugee children with us playing in a garden, and then came some Bulgarian mothers who took their children out of this play only because they are foreigners. So the only way to fight this fear is for us we must let Bulgarians realize that foreigners and migrants especially are people like us, with the same wishes and thinking and difficulties and feelings. So we realized that a very beautiful way of this is to make Bulgarians read some of the contemporary Arab literature and organizing for them meetings and readings and exhibitions and films, and the new initiative for us in the Forum for Arabic Culture was to try, and we succeeded in it, to establish a sport club for training children, refugee children, with Bulgarian children. So playing together, playing matches together, or training together, or staying together, because these are little children in the age between 8 and 14. It means they are led by one of their parents. So Bulgarians and foreigners come together and learn to stay together. It is the only way, I'm sure, because in one of the refugee camps, I had a friend of mine, a young Syrian woman became a friend of mine, and when the conditions in the camp were really terrible, I invited them to my house. She had twins, she and her children and her husband. They lived with me probably 2 months, not more. But it was very important how my neighbors changed through knowing Latifa and her children. All of them loved her.